Getting a little warm out here. Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hey, it's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. I felt a little under the weather yesterday, so I come out here today to get some of this natural vitamin D. The early morning sun. I'll probably get about 30 minutes to an hour of it. I'm starting to feel better already, but get some of this early natural vitamin D. And today I want to talk about, well, if you've ever looked up properties here in the Dominican Republic, you've probably seen numerous properties that look absolutely amazing, condos, and a lot of those are like pre-construction models. You look at the pictures and the pictures look absolutely gorgeous. The price is amazing, but you really don't know if the actual building is up. The pictures look like it's up sometimes. So a lot of the times the construction has not started on that particular project and they're offering you a pre-construction deal. So you can get in early on it, maybe get that good price on it. It's a win-win situation, right? But of course, that's not always the case. So these are my pretty much top 7 tips. Now there are some more out there. I combined a few things, I left out a few things, but now I could have included, finding a good realtor, find a respectable realtor, finding a good lawyer, a good attorney that knows that everything's going to go smooth and you're going to get all your property documents, your title, and all that stuff. But I left that part off. I'm just talking about the pre-construction buying and what I would look for if I was in the market for a pre-construction property. All right, guys, so let's jump into it. Number seven, I would like to know the time frame, the building process. What are we looking at? Is this building going to be done in a year? Is it going to be done in 2 years, 5 years, 20 years? I would like to have an idea, like a real idea, exactly when the construction is going to start. If it's already started, what process? Are people there working? Are things getting done? What's it looking like? I want to know. I want to know the time frame, because I see a lot of people talking about that the builder promised them 2 years. Now they're going on 4 years. So yeah, that could be an issue. So I would encourage you, or I would advise you to keep in mind that, if they tell you one thing, I would say double the time. If they tell you it's going to be 2 years, just put in your mindset that it may be 3 or 4 years. So that's number 7, the building process and the construction time. Number six, I would like to know the utility company. What utility company does this building, does this area use? Because some companies have better service than others, but they're probably going to be more expensive. But you want to know what utility company that the area is using, so you can kind of gauge on how your service is going to be. Are you going to have a lot of power outages? That's a big thing, because a lot of people work from home and they need that energy, they need that electricity to power their equipment so they can work. So number 6 is, what utility company are we going to be using? Number 5 for me is the ceiling height. Now, do you want a standard 8.5 foot ceiling, or do you want a vaulted ceiling? Okay guys, let's be honest. It's summer here year round. It is summer here year round. And when it gets to the real summer around July, August, September, October, yeah, it gets even extra hot. And it's just summer, it's not nothing crazy. It's not 100 degrees or 110 degrees here, but it is in the 90s. So it gets hot. So the height of your ceilings makes a difference on how it feels inside your place, because heat rises. It rises to the top. So for me, if I were looking for something, I would want something that's at least, like, at minimum 10. Or if you can get some vaulted ceilings, that's even better. But for me, ceiling heights. And so all that comes into consideration when you're talking about living here, your budget, all those things. All right, guys, number 4 is the HOA fees and any associated fees with your building. Yeah, HOA fees, you got to take that into consideration. And what your HOA fees cover. You want to be sure on what they cover. Do you have a pool? Is it maintaining the pool? Do you have a beautiful Do you have beautiful common areas? Do you have a lot of palm trees? Do you have grass there? Is it going to be maintained? Do you even want an HOA? You know, I would encourage having an HOA because you're in the Caribbean and you want things to be beautiful, so you have to take that into consideration. You think about things like if you back in the States or wherever you're from, if you got maintenance for your house, if you got maintenance for your lawn, if you cut the grass, if you hire someone to mow your lawn, that's going to be a fee. So here, all of that is taken care of. So, but you want to know how much it's going to cost, because if you've got a budget, you know, you don't want to be paying $1,000, $500 in HOA fees, and these fees are every month. These fees are every month, so you have to take that in consideration. If you can't afford it, you just can't afford it. But the HOA fees, having an HOA, there are some positives to having an HOA. If it's possible to know that ahead of time, you want to know it. Because there are some places with HOA fees as little as $50 a month, and there are some I've seen, depending on the size of the house, up to $500, maybe even more on some of these other communities, but I've seen them up to $500 per month. All that comes into play. And guys, I'm sorry if my swinging is distracting. My apologies, so please forgive me if it is distracting. Hey guys, another one I want to add in as a bonus is, which floor do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the ground floor to save out on walking the stairs? Or do you want to be on the 3rd floor, 4th floor, 5th floor, whatever the case may be? They all got their benefits and advantages. 1st floor, more easy to get in and out of, less security, I guess you could say. Somebody stole one of my pineapples. But on the top, on the higher floors, do you have an elevator? It's more secure. You might get more of a breeze the higher you go. Something to think about. Is there not an elevator? Do you have to walk the stairs to get up there? Something to think about. So which floor do you want to be on? Which level do you want to be on? All right, number three, you want to know your contract stipulations. You want to know the rules of your contract, all the details, the fine print. And your contract is probably going to be in Espanol. It's probably going to be in Spanish. You want to know the payment dates. When does this payment got to be made? Because they do it in different levels, like 10% down, 30% in the first 6 months, another 50% within the next 2 years, and then at closing they want the last 20%. You want to know if there are any like included price increases or probable increases, because they may say, hey, we're gonna give us a little wiggle room in case the construction materials go up. So we might have a cap of maybe, let's say 10 to 20% of the price for construction materials going up. So you want to know, how far can this price go up? Like, you know, I'm buying this place for $200,000 and they're saying, hey, it's probable that it could go up 10 to 20%. So it could go up to 220, 240 at the end. You want to know ahead of time before you sign the contract. Oh, are they saying 40%? Now, you know, I got an issue with that. They're saying 40%. So you want to know ahead of time. You want to know the rules. Hey, if I break this contract, like if we're going down and I stop paying on it, can I get my money back? If y'all are not holding up your part of the contract, your agreement, can I get all my money back? How does it work? You know, you want to know that. You know, you want to know that because, you know, honestly, I would say that if you're trying to get your money back that you've paid $100,000, $50,000, whatever, it may be an issue. You may have to hire your lawyer here, and it could be a whole issue. So, but you still want to know. You still want to know these things. And in the construction contract, you want to know the time frame. When do I expect to be done? When do I expect to have the keys to my place and it be fully complete? That should be in the contract. That should be part of the contract. All right, number two is the builder. You want to know their reputation, their history. You want to see things that they've already built. You want to see some things. You want to see exactly what's going on with this particular builder, because there are a lot of builders in this country that they say they've got projects going on, they've got pre-construction deals, all this stuff. Now you want to see, what have they built? What have they built recently? What have they built years ago? to go take a look at these properties and see, oh, this property was built 10 years ago and it still looks good. This community was built 15 years ago, it still looks good. Or this property was built last year, 2 years ago, and it looks a hot mess. You know, you want to know these things. You really want to know. You need to put eyes on things that they have built. Now, could it be someone that's new to the country, that's new to building, or really doesn't have a long track record or history of things built here in the country? That they may be good. Now, don't get me wrong, they may be excellent. They may be better than some of the ones that are considered the top around. But you don't know. You just don't know. You know, you can take a chance if you want to. Me personally, I want to see something that they've already built, that's already been up. I want to see the community. I want to see the landscape. I want to see if it's got palm trees. I want to see if they got grass. I want to see how it's kept up. I want to see how it's endured, all these things. So yeah, number 2, I would say the builder's reputation and the builder quality. So let's face it, you don't want to be in something that looks amazing for 6 months. And then after 6 months, it looks like it's been there for, 20 years. No, that's not cool. That's not cool. And there are builders in the States, in the United States, Estados Unidos. Man, why is it so hard for me to remember how to say Estados Unidos? They switch it around. They put the States United. The States United. So Estados Unidos. Estados Unidos. I'm going to get it. It's going to come one day. I'm going to get it, and it's going to be like, bam, bam, no problema. No problema. But, in the States, you do have certain builders that have a good reputation. Then you have some builders that have a bad reputation. That they may build a community, build a house, and it looks pretty good, and it's dirt cheap, and you're like, man, we're getting an amazing deal. We're getting an amazing deal. Then 6 months after it's built and you get the keys right when the warranty expires or whatever, the plumbing goes bad, the paint's chipping, the siding is falling off, things are just going bad. So it's the same here. It is the same here. No matter where you go, probably in the world, you have the same thing. You got good builders, you got not so good builders, and you got bad builders, let's face it, or cheap builders. When something seems too good to be true, it probably is, or when the price seems too good to be true, it probably is. So you want to check out the builder, their reputation, because the realtors here pretty much knows all of the builders. They're viewing properties all the time, pretty much every day of the week. So these realtors should know, and they should give you an honest opinion on these particular builders and these particular communities going up. All right, guys, time for the number 1 tip, I would say, in purchasing a pre-construction property here in the Republic of Dominicana, in the Dominican Republic. All right, number 1 is location, location, location. Yes. Where do you want to be? Where is the pre-construction at? Recently, I saw a pre-construction here, actually not too far from where I'm sitting at. I saw a pre-construction going on, and they are getting to work. Like, it is probably 80% done, maybe 70, 80% done. But I noticed they had a billboard, and on the billboard, it showed the property, which it looked like the property, but they showed an ocean view, like, from the property. And I know for a fact there's not an ocean view. So if you're not here and you're interested in a property, maybe you don't want to fly over here, maybe you can hire someone to, hey, go out and take a look at this property, see what area it's in, check it out for me. I'll pay you, whatever it costs. And you can feel a little bit better about, hey, does it actually look like it looks in the pictures? Is the area, do I have an ocean view? Things of that nature. And also with the location. Do you want to be close to the beach? Do you want to be close to the water? Do you want to be walking distance? Is that not important to you? Those things matter. Me personally, I want to be close to the water. I want to be walking distance. I want to be to go down anytime I feel like it. But for someone else, that may not be too important. Also with location, is noise a problem? Do you want to be in the middle of everything? Do you want to be in the middle of the hustle and bustle? Are you renting it out for Airbnb? Airbnbs, they want to be close to the water. When we were looking at properties here in the country. We almost bought a place in Punta Cana. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. 2-bedroom, I think 2 bath, maybe 1 bath. 2-bedroom, 2 bath. It had 2 floors on it. Absolutely beautiful balcony, huge balcony. With one of those, what you call those little tropical shindigs on top. I can't think of the name of it right now, but with the leaves on the top, the leaf roof. Beautiful balcony. It was in a gated community, and it had its own little neighborhood. Absolutely beautiful. Man, the flowers there. Oh my goodness, it was a beautiful little neighborhood. It had like a little private swimming pool for, I guess, the 15 places there. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful place in Punta Cana. And it had a pretty good price. It was a decent price. And I was close to putting in an offer on that. Close to putting in an offer. But the only thing that kept me from putting that offer in, well, it was 2 things. But with the location, it was not walking distance to the beach. It was nowhere near walking distance to the beach. You had to drive to get to the beach. You had to drive to get to any type of real store. So yeah, that was one thing that kept me from purchasing that place in Punta Cana. Another thing is I went in July or August or whatever, and the seaweed, it was just terrible. Let's be honest. Like, the seaweed is just awful. And for me, I love going to the beach. I love getting in the water. So if it's going to be a problem certain months out of the year, that's going to be a problem for me. But the location, it was not walking distance to the beach. That was number one. That was number one, because it's not seaweed all year in Punta Cana. There's another place in Punta Cana that I was interested in, and this is a beachfront community. It's a beachfront community. It's a big community, and they had nice places. You know, it was a decent community. It wasn't the best community, but it was decent. It was decent. I think it's up and coming now. I think it's getting a little better now. But it had seaweed there also. It had seaweed there also during that time period. All right, one more place. I was really considering a place in Cabarete on the North Coast. Really considered a place. There was a small condominium building. I think it was only 9 at the current time, and they were building another one. So it's going to be 18 in that particular area, in that particular condo unit. So 18 apartments, but it was oceanfront. Oceanfront. Man, stayed there for a few days. Absolutely beautiful. Wake up to the ocean, go to sleep to the ocean. You got the crashing of the waves. Oh my goodness, man. Now that one, that one came down to the top on the list. That one came down to the top on the list because that was my dream. Oceanfront place. It wasn't on the Caribbean side, but oceanfront, crashing waves, but it came down to the location and some other things. I would say with that one, it came down to the location. I want to be close to the Punta Cana airport or the Santo Domingo airport. I don't want to be 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours away from the major airports. And with that particular place in Cabarete, the surrounding neighborhood was really run down. It had really been, I wouldn't say run down, but like abandoned, like used to be nice apartments and all those things. So, and it was a little further from the city of Cabarete and Sosua, but it was isolated. It was very quiet, beautiful for a vacation, like for a vacation, or if we were going to stay here for maybe 2 months out of the year, I probably would have picked that place because it's oceanfront, like it's ocean view. There's no road to cross. There was nothing blocking the view. Besides, it was kind of a side view. But that one was high on the list. But just the surrounding neighborhood, it was a little like, you know, you want to be, if you're here full time, you want to be part of a community, you know? And so you want to be able to walk and say hello to people and greet people and have some neighbors and things of that nature. So that one, it was the location. The water there was a little rough at that particular condo unit. Now they do have some more calm waters and some sewer and some of the little caves and coves there that you can swim in. But right there is very rough. There wasn't really any getting in the water. So yeah. Also, there's some communities that are very quiet, very tranquilo, very calm and quiet, and take a nap and all that stuff. There's some places where if you're right on the main strip, it's going to be loud. You're going to have traffic, you know, till late in the night, early morning. You know, this is all throughout the country. So you want to be mindful. You want to be mindful. Is it going to be noisy? If you're going to be here most of the year, all year, or do you want to have it filtered a little bit? Do you want to be a little bit away, you still get some of the noise, but not like in the middle of town? You know. So, location. Location is key. All right, guys. So that's my top 7. I'm out here getting some of this morning vitamin D, and yeah, I feel like I got my share. So, but it's a beautiful day. And it feels absolutely amazing. But I'm gonna go back, make me a smoothie, try to feel even better, probably get me some rest, read a little bit, and relax. Really, I'm just gonna let my body relax. Might go for a little walk later on, nothing too strenuous, but really I'm gonna relax. After that, I'm gonna relax, you know, maybe drink some water, drink some tea, drink some ginger water, drink some lime water, all that stuff, but I'm gonna relax and let the body recover, let the body do what it does, let the body absorb some of this vitamin D and release it later on. So yeah, because I don't like to feel bad, like I don't like to feel malo. It's a beautiful day, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hey guys, if you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting on? Go ahead and click the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. I appreciate all my subscribers. And man, I hope everybody have a blessed day. I hope everybody have a blessed week, a blessed weekend, all that good stuff. Guys, thanks for watching. Remember to watch out for coconuts. Peace. Well, actually, guys, I'm about to turn around and watch these boats go by, heading to Saona, and probably wave at them or whatever. Take it easy for a few minutes.